Okay, so finding our 1RM, here is a worksheet that I use for our students. So now what we'll do is if we're maxing out, say for example, last week we maxed out on our bench press. So each student was given this a worksheet to fill out. So basically if they knew their max already, they would enter that at 100%, or I let them know, like, what are you going to shoot for? What is a what do you want to max out in? So I would let them put in, because a lot of these kids have never maxed out before, so they don't really know their maxes. So I would say, I'd tell them to put down, okay, so what's your max? What do you want to put down? And let's say, for example, I had some students that wanted to be able to bench press a plate. Okay, so 135. Or I would also tell them, okay, so if you're close to your body weight, that's a good standard, right? To be able to bench press your body weight. So I would have them put in 135 there. And then they would go and utilize this chart here that they're also giving. So there's a chart where they would be like, okay, 135. They'd go down, see what 135 was, and then they would fill in the worksheet here according to that. Okay, so then this way they know how much they should be lifting with their warm-up sets. Okay, so for set one, they would do 55% of their 1RM, and then 55% of 135, and then for set two, they would do 65% of 135, and then set three, 75, and so on and so forth, right? So then what we would do after that, if they could hit the 135, okay, so they could hit their goal and they got that 135 and they're like, okay, I want to try more. Okay, so let's go anywhere from 2 to 5% of what you just hit, right? And then we would stop there. Now, some students didn't want to max out. So what I did with them is, like, we still want you to find your 1RM. So we would have them utilize this equation here, okay? So your 1RM is the weight that you lifted, how many reps, and then we multiply that 0.033 plus the weight. And that would give you an approximate 1RM. This way for students that maybe aren't comfortable with maxing out, but most of our students were comfortable with maxing out on their bench press, but that could be different when it comes to back squats or deadlifts, right? So I also give them the option that they can find this. But this way, when we work through our percentages, when we go through our percentages, our students know their approximate 1RM and kind of can work from there. Okay.